Okay, in absence of the chair, as vice chair, I'm going to open this Swanton Select meeting, the first meeting in September, here at the town clerk's office. And as usual, the first order of business is the pledge of allegiance. Would everyone please join? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Agenda review. We'll start with Christina. Go around. Abby?
I'm good. The only thing is we do have under 6B, we have highway, general, recreation, and library. So just the library in there.
Oh, okay, under the review, yeah.
Yeah, before the review. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay,
No.
no. Steve? Brian?
Okay, just a couple of things. Under Newtown business, we should just add, start the discussion on 2026 budget. Under correspondence, there is a matter of correspondence is in your package, which is, we'll just review that quickly. And I will need a brief executive session at the end of the meeting to discuss real estate.
Okay, all right, so we move on to the minutes. We have two. We have the regular select board meeting of August 19th.
So moved, both of them.
Okay, we're gonna do one at a time?
I was gonna do them both.
All right, well, let me enter the other one. In their special select board meeting of August 26th.
I'll second.
All right, motion been made and seconded to approve both minutes. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And then we go on to public comments, and that's restricted to anything that's not on the agenda. Okay, we got law enforcement. So I guess you can come to the table.
Take one and pass it down, please.
Thank you again, I'm really excited.
I tried to catch you at the correct, but you've been gone by the time I made my way home.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so this is a breakdown for August. We had 83 total incidents, 20 traffic stops, 13 tickets, 15 warnings were issued. All but one of the tickets were associated with the traffic stops. All warnings were associated with traffic. We had 3 arrests for 3 individuals, 4 total charges. 0 arrests were associated with traffic. Our top 10 incident type breakdown was 20 traffic stops, 19 directed patrols, 8 suspicious persons, 5 agency assistants, 5 motor vehicle complaints, 4 alarms, 3 family fights, 3 VIN number inspections, looks like 2 trespassing, and I can't read the other one, it's kind of blocked, but 17 additional service hours for the month of August.
It was a pretty busy month.
Yeah, we stayed busy. July and August are probably our 2 most busiest months, I'd say. So, looks like the arrests we had for August were 2 unlawful mischiefs, 1 unlawful trespass, and 1 aggravated assault. There's also a breakdown of the traffic stops, and it's broken down by tickets and warnings as well.
Okay, so you were up in the Bushy Road area then?
Yep, so the chief actually got out there early enough to catch commuter traffic a couple days.
Yeah, because we had concerned residents here when we had a discussion about 207 and Bushy Road intersection. Speed being an issue up there.
Yep, and I believe we also have our speed car out there as well now.
Okay, all right.
So
Well, that's good.
that's usually good. I'm not sure when we're gonna have the data
Yeah.
from that, but as soon as we have that, we should be able to provide that at the next meeting that we're at.
Well, it's a good thing you're quicker than consolidated phone service.
And then in the back pie chart is just a breakdown of additional service hours. So we did some traffic stops. 4 agency assistants, 2 suspicious persons, 2 family fights, 2 directed patrols, 1 bin inspection, and 1 illegal burning complaint. And then the page behind that is just the areas where those were conducted.
And do you know if those additional traffic stops on Bushy Road conducted during that time were speed related or?
You can look, I have to look at the breakdown, but I'm pretty sure almost all of them are speed related.
Yeah, ticket, warning, speed, yeah. So it looks like.
You had 3 arrests with 4 individuals, or no, 3 arrests, 3 individuals, 4 charges. What kind of charges were they?
Yeah, so we had 2.
Was that the colored thing in the back here?
Nope, that's gonna be the page just after the traffic stops. It's small, it's only got a few things at the top.
Oh, okay. Right here.
Nope, should be the one before that.
Oh,
No, hang on. I got your page. It's the one after that chart, so I think you gotta flip 2 pages. So we had 2 arrests, 2 of the charges were unlawful mischief, misdemeanors. 1 was a misdemeanor unlawful trespass, and we had 1 aggravated assault.
thanks.
I don't have much new other than Chad Para's back working for the Swan Village Police Department. He's our elementary school SRO. So he'll be covering Swan Elementary, Highgate Elementary, as well as Franklin Elementary Schools.
So that's not going to address the staffing issue at the...
No, that doesn't address our
Okay.
2 current open positions.
And that's a full-time position?
That is a full-time position, yeah.
You reported there were 17 additional service hours. Is that money that comes from a grant or something that you're able to use, or?
So Chief Sullivan will be able to best answer that, but I believe that's part of something that we worked out with just with the new contract for the 10 hours that we covered during the days that we had to do additional service hours. Granted,
Oh, okay.
we have the time to do that. So a lot of those are like calls that come in during the day that we normally wouldn't take because we're not covering. So we'll go out and handle some of those calls, or Chief will go out and do like directed patrols and run traffic on Bushy Road during times that we're not covering.
Okay, thank you.
I have a second question. Did you say that July and August are the busiest months?
Yeah, they typically tend to be like right in like the heat of summer.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
typically
that's-
typically our busiest.
When I was involved with the village years ago, and both the police department and fire departments, busiest months were July, August.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the most people and the most traffic.
Yeah, you have more people out walking around, people
Yeah.
are cooped up in the cold all winter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get a lot more, even just calls for suspicious people,
Yeah.
suspicious vehicles, all the boat launches are back open.
So it's really nothing new.
No, nothing new.
Well, it looks like you're doing a good job, and certainly those additional service hours are greatly appreciated. You know, I think the community recognizes that's going on.
Yeah, we
And it
appreciate
builds stronger support for the department in the future.
Yeah, so we'll have our speed trailer out, and obviously if the public lets us know where they're seeing like an increase in speeding vehicles, let us know. That way we can
Yeah.
go out and kind of target those areas specifically. So
All right, well, thank you.
thank you. You guys have a great night.
You too.
You got health officer, did we get anything in our packet? No?
No, we didn't get a report this month. Yeah.
Hopefully that's a good thing. So then we can move on to highway department, but Joel's not here.
Right.
So we'll just skip over, I don't really.
Yeah, other than
Yeah.
paving has started.
Right,
That much, but the paving has started.
yeah. And Swanton Hill, I guess, is still in progress, but most of the work has been done, so.
Yeah.
And apparently new trucks on the road, the old truck is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so, and we did get the 5,000. Should have started at
Yeah.
7,500.
Shoulda, woulda.
And it made it there under its own power. Our guys took it out and delivered it. So.
All right, so we'll go to the Ronald Kilburn Railroad Museum, and that's Laz.
Yeah, Laz has got a PowerPoint for us. He's going to show up here on.
Did you send him the thing I sent you?
I didn't, but I will
No.
tomorrow.
Okay.
They'll go out you're gonna get just what he's gonna show here.
Well, I'm not gonna show all of it, but you'll get to this. Oh, you want me to do it too? Can you blow this up? Make it like full screen.
Don't turn the volume on.
I won't touch it. Hang on.
There,
It's on the upper right.
There we go.
there we go.
So, this was really disappointing, guys. I have to tell you, I was really heartbroken. This is when we had just finished it. This is kind of what it looks like today. Very little painting has been done to it, but we're going to talk about the problems. So these boards, whoops. Interesting, oh, it doesn't show on the TV, does it? I'm gonna have to stand up. You're gonna have to do it. So these boards have started to rot. You can literally crush them. Not everywhere, but in a lot of places.
Where is that on the building?
This is on the front of the
In
building.
front of the building?
Can you go next one? This is by the bay window. So water's coming in, getting into the building, the trim is rotting, the sill is rotting. On the other side, this has started to rot, the corner has started to rot, there's rot on top. And this board is just rotted. I could crush it with my fingers if I wanted to. The same with this board. When you start seeing fingers from the end of the board, it means water's getting into the end of the board and it's being pulled up through the board. So when you see vertical lines, that means that's the start of rot.
At the same location?
No, it's a different location.
That's the floor?
That's the deck, and whoever did the deck did a real sloppy job. There's staining all over the place. Here's another piece where it's rotted. And I had done a report in 2011 that Ron asked me to do because the select board, he said, wasn't listening to him. Some of this stuff I had called out in that report, never got done. Can you go next one? So this is on, not the crack side, but the other side. I mean, I shouldn't be able to take my pen and put it through the wood. This is on the corner that faces the old turntable pit and all that. You know, same thing, rot. And this is when you start to see fingers like that, that means water's getting in, damaging the wood. And again, I shouldn't be able to take a pen and put it through. And then there are gaps that really need to be caught. Bugs are coming in and out of this one. They just need to be caulked and sealed, keep water out, keep bugs out. And these have never been stained for a long time. The sill at the door hasn't been stained, so what's happened, the boards are curling, the boards are warping, so now you have to replace the boards. There's cracks in the door panels that need to be taken care of. The glazing's coming off the windows, the joints are starting to open. This is where it really gets, this is on the track side. While you don't see rot, there's things going on. Let me put my glasses on, sorry. Where you can start to see cracks, like here, like here, like here. I think if we were to go up there and take an awl, you'd probably put the awl right through it. Like here, it's just, and in my report 2011, I had said, take care of this, it's okay, but you gotta stay on top of it. So now, on the other side, this is all rotted. This is all rotted, this is rotted, this is rotted, that's rotted. And you're gonna have to take it down. And if you don't do anything, you're gonna have to take it down so it doesn't fall and hit somebody. But you can see all this rot here. I mean, I'm surprised it's still up. And then you can start seeing here where you see these cracks, there's rot in there, you can see how it's splitting. It needs, it just, you're going into, now you gotta renovate, you gotta replace pieces, and you gotta get some paint on the building. plain and simple, but you gotta clean the building first because it's dirty and everything. You got pieces you gotta replace before you can think about painting.
Do we have to deal with historic preservation at all in any of this?
Well, there's a grant coming up from the state of Vermont, a historic preservation grant, that is worth $20,000. It's due, and I have a thing here to pass out to everybody.
My first question is this rot issue caused by design or age?
Not taking care of the building. If you look, when you get this, I have my report from 2011. And I said in the report, the building looks good, but there's some spots that need to be taken care of before it gets worse.
Because it's just water, if they just sealed it up and repainted and all this stuff, or did the caulking in the
Did
crack.
the caulking, did the painting.
Yeah.
You know, on wood, you gotta keep paint on wood. And some, I think just the base is what's been painted.
So you're thinking more along the lines of just replacing what's there without changing the design or...
Right, I mean, it's up to you guys on money, but I mean, you could take down, and I don't believe I'm gonna say this, you could take down the scroll work and not put it back up. But it'd be a shame, because all the effort done to do that, to make it look like it did. But it's gonna take some money to do that. So, but anyways, there's a grant from Historic for $20,000 max.
Don't sound like much.
It's better than no dollars.
That's true.
But it's due, I believe, October 6th, right? It's right at the beginning. I can fill out most of it. Brian would have to fill out the rest of it because there's information I don't know. The problem is my estimator can't get this estimate done by then. So I don't know if we could ask Patrick to join me on site and we could walk around the building and have him run some numbers. We got to submit numbers to get the grant.
Yeah.
And they will pay for repairs and they will pay for painting of repairs. They will not pay for painting of good stuff.
A good building, yeah.
But I've talked to them and I sent them some pictures and I got back, oh my God.
So, go ahead, Nick.
That's the outside of the building. Did you take a look at the inside and find any issues there?
The inside is fine.
The inside's fine? Okay.
Yeah, it's really,
The outside?
you're really, I mean, you gotta take care of these buildings. If you don't take care of them, now you gotta do a lot of extra work that you wouldn't have done if you kept paint on the building.
And if we took down the facade,
Yeah.
do you think we'd be able to reuse it, or is it something that we would have to recreate?
I think you could reuse pieces of it. I don't know if you could reuse, like I said, I didn't have a ladder, so I didn't go up and look. I don't know how bad, that on the non-track side, it's pretty bad shape. But you might be able to take pieces and save it.
Okay.
But it's, I mean, or you take them down and do a fundraiser maybe, and then have the fundraiser be to put the scroll work back up and have it redone. If you choose to do nothing, I think you should at least take down the non-track side, because I think at some point it's gonna fall down.
I just have a question. And I'm asking this because I have no idea who's responsible for that building. Who are the eyes on the ground for us, Brian? Is it the Historical Society that's responsible for advising us of the upkeep of the issues and
Okay, well,
problems?
that's how this started. Late last winter, early spring, Jay Barney contacted me and we went down on a very cold day and took some look. Because we were involved here with other projects going on, and then then I was going to, that's why I brought it up about a month ago to the board and said I'd like to get a contractor or somebody to take a look And then you mentioned about Laz, I called Laz, and he was gonna be there for a picnic, so here we are. So because I looked at it and I said, well, if Rock is starting, they pointed out 3 places. Well, if it's starting in one spot,
It's more than 3,
it's
yeah.
more there than
Yeah.
meets the eye. So that's how it got started.
And if you read my 2011 report, it says the building is in good condition, it needs some paint, there's stuff that's starting that you need to do preventative maintenance. There's a bird's nest on a windowsill that I called out in the report, it's still there. It's like, they didn't even take the bird's nest down.
Now, is that our responsibility to be up looking at the building and taking the bird's nest out or whatever, but is it the select board or someone from the town responsible for the oversight of that building, or is it strictly with the historical society?
It's a town-owned building,
It's a town-owned building. Is there
so it's
any
our responsibility.
Well, it is.
memorandum of understanding here that you know of, Brian?
We do have an MOU with them.
There was an MOU with the Historical Society that said that, I have not read it, but others here have. It said
Recorded.
What?
It's recorded in the.
It's recorded.
Got it.
That it was not, we'd take it over, it would not cost the taxpayers any money. But we have since put on a roof, and we've done other stuff, so.
We pay their expenses.
And we paid
Yeah,
the
but that doesn't
expenses.
get to the heart of Steve's question is who, I mean, I'm not talking money right now. Who would be responsible for saying, hey, look, we gotta get these things done, this has happened to the building? It's been going on for quite a few years.
Well, that would be since we own the building.
Okay, so
Okay,
it
I'm
really
not-
falls on the select
I'm not a
board.
lawyer,
Yeah.
but, if the Historical Society wanted to hire a contractor, we'd have to approve that contractor anyways, because
Yeah.
we're running the insurance on we have the insurance on the building,
So the buck stops here.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the eligibility requirements. I don't think it's on the state register for historical places.
I think it is.
Oh, maybe it is.
I think it is.
Okay.
It should be.
I know it's not, I think I did some research with a grant in the past.
Yep.
And when it comes to at least the very least, the National Register for Historical Places,
Yep.
since we moved the building,
I don't believe it's on national, but
Yeah.
but I think you'll say, it says eligible,
Yeah.
and this definitely would be eligible.
okay.
And at first I saw December 31st, I thought that was 2026. I said, no way they could have finished by then, but it's 27.
Yeah.
Completion,
Yeah.
so that would,
Yeah.
if we got the grant, yeah, that'd be enough time. Now,
So if you go after the grant, you're not going to be able to selectively pull things out that you don't want to do.
you have to do it all.
You have to do it all.
And it's a reimbursement style grant, so there's no match, they're just,
Well, you have to match at least the same amount you're asking for. So if you ask for 20, you got to put it in. You ask for 10, you got to put in 10.
Yeah, but do you have a plan? Do you have nothing yet?
In terms of how
Dollar
much,
amount,
I
yeah.
have no
Yeah.
idea. That's why you want
So we
to,
need to, pull that.
like I said, my estimator can't do it, and he can't do it in this timeline. And like I said, if Pat would be willing to give you a number, Pat and I could walk around, I could say, Pat, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, and he can give you an estimate, if he's willing to do it. I don't mind writing up the scope, and I can fill out what I need to fill out in this, and then Brian would have to fill out just stuff that I don't know about the town of Swanton.
so in 2023, I did a visual inspection of the building because I was there with a group of day campers, and I had noticed a bunch of the rot, and I had forwarded along messages. I would also inquire about going in downstairs because when I walked in the basement, the walls of the hallway going into the basement had some water damage on them. There was definitely a lot of rodent droppings in the basement.
Yeah.
For a building that's unoccupied, they've got to be coming in from someplace, so that's another something that needs to be looked
Right.
at.
Right now, I was concerned,
Of the outside.
The
but if
outside,
there's-
because-
that could show more damage on the outside
right,
too.
I don't mind walking in and taking a look, but when Brian first mentioned that, he said, can you look at the outside? And I said, oh, I don't mind doing that, but it's already started, and you gotta stop it,
Well,
or it's just gonna get worse.
The holes on the outside would make me think, yeah, rodents can get in pretty easily. Because there's holes on the
it
outside.
don't take
Yeah,
long,
I mean, it's a concrete foundation, so they're getting in somewhere.
Yeah.
If they're
But
getting
But I wasn't looking for rodents at that point.
Yeah. Well, you know, we can, maybe we ought to spend some time, you know, finding a better way for the select board to manage the facility so that we know what's going on.
You know, even you
but
know, if you end up rehabbing
Yeah.
it, and then say, and a couple years after it's been painted, just send someone to look at it
Yeah.
and say, oh, we gotta do a little painting here. Or if you don't have the money, you do one side, the next year you do the other side.
Well, we're gonna send you.
Well, I'm paying for a couple summers, but anyway, but you just gotta look at the buildings
Yeah.
and take care of them and
But
sort of have a master plan.
What I'm trying to get at is probably, we gotta have a plan going forward because we got no choice now. We gotta get this done. You know, the safety issue concerns me gravely. You know, and the rest of it too. I mean, maybe it's gonna sit there another winter, but, you know, we gotta get it done.
Yeah, it's only gonna get worse. It's
Yeah.
not gonna get better and it's not gonna stop
Yeah.
and.
The other thing, hopefully this is a kind of an eye-opener for us to have a better coordination with the Historical Society. I mean, they're down there much more than we are, I'm guessing. So maybe we've got to have a little closer working relationship so they can point things out to us, because we may not always see them because we're not there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we gotta continue to work on.
Yeah, that's a good,
But,
a wake-up call.
I guess what you would look like is a motion from the board to apply for this grant.
If Patrick is willing to do the estimate, that's a big thing. If he doesn't do the estimate, we need to find somebody else.
Okay,
A
wow.
Contractor or something.
But if we're committed to going forward with the grant, then you know what to do. If you can't get him to do it, you're gonna have to get somebody
We have
else.
to get
Yeah,
somebody else.
also though, if we're, I think this is something we've got to address. If we want to pursue the grant up to 20, if we can get that, we have to make sure we've got the 20 to match it from somewhere, whether it's in the reserve fund or some other fund. Because if we can say, sure, we'll do it, but where are the bucks coming?
I don't know, there probably was some money budgeted for repairs.
We have a budget item for the depot for expenses for $12,000 in the
Okay.
budget now.
It ain't gonna cover it all, and you know, even, it sounds like it could really run a little bit, quite a bit of money.
That'd be more than that.
Do we have a reserve fund for the historical building yet?
No.
We don't have one. Okay.
No, we do have the regular reserve fund, which is it 2 years
This would
accumulation?
be the second year, so it'd be 50,000, I'm thinking. There might be a little bit more.
So we do have some we could use out of there, and maybe we might have to bite the bullet and use some more of our special funds, you know, to make sure we do a good job. So in the future, all we gotta do is normal maintenance, not big money.
I don't know if there'll ever be a time for normal maintenance though on that building. You know, it's an old building and an ongoing expense, but we gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, you gotta do
You
it.
gotta do it.
So you'd like a motion, Mr. Chair, that we authorize Pat to go down with Nick?
Or whoever you can get.
Oh, okay, but at the same time apply for the grant?
Apply for the grant.
Yes, that we're gonna support the application for the grant, you know, and they're gonna have to get it done. That's all.
We'll find the 20 somewhere, I mean.
Well, yes, we'll find it somewhere. We do have some already in our regular budget, and
I saw
we
that.
don't know if, looking at what we spent, what we haven't spent, of course, a little hard to tell because some charges are gonna be coming in, but there may be some carryover money too that we could allocate over for that, you know. Then if the expense gets higher than what we're thinking, then we'll have to consider the special funds. That's all.
Okay,
At least we need to know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
okay. I'd be glad to make a motion that we enlist the services of Laz and perhaps Patrick to do an estimate of what it's gonna cost us to bring this back up to par.
Yeah.
And understanding so that's my motion.
Okay, so before we get a second on it, it'd be Patrick or whoever is available
Whoever, yeah, of course,
to
yeah.
provide the quote.
I'll second that.
Okay. All right, motion's been made and seconded that, you know, we'll support the grant and that Laz will find someone to get the cost estimate. Is there any more discussion?
It was just to do the estimate. It wasn't necessarily to apply for the grant because I think we need to have the estimate
No, just the
information
estimate.
before, before we do anything with the
But we're
grant.
gonna start the application process.
Well, the best we can do, from a time standpoint, is we can always pull out of it. I don't think it's a big deal authorizing that we go, that, they do the grant, start the grant too, because there's a deadline on that, and it's right up soon.
Yeah.
We can always change our mind next meeting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we can start the grant.
Yeah.
we can add that to my motion and make it a separate one. I'd like to see a separate one because it authorizes the study and then
Yeah.
another one to apply for the
Yeah,
grant.
you're right, that's a good point, good point. All right, no, we're gonna go with Steve's first motion, and that's to do, to get the estimate going. And that's been seconded by Nicole. Okay, so is there any more discussion? All right, then, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carried. Now,
And I
that,
abstain since I'm on the.
you're gonna abstain, so it'll be, and I voted in favor, so it's 3-1, 1 abstain. So do you wanna make another motion to the effect that we go forward with the grant too?
I would move we go forward with the application for the grant and give Brian the authorization to
Yep.
sign or whatever.
Yep.
So that we can expedite this.
This, on the week of the 22nd, I'm gone for a week vacation, so. The week of the
I have the
22nd.
application right here,
You've got it right there.
so you
Okay.
can start maybe filling out the
Yeah.
stuff you need to fill
Yeah.
out. And then I'll fill out the stuff I can fill out
That
for you.
works. Yeah.
And then whether you submit it or I submit it, it doesn't really matter.
Then Christina can wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should need some practice on a grant application.
It's a pretty simple grant. It
Yeah,
really is.
I've seen them before.
Yeah, they're pretty simple.
Yeah.
okay, so the motion by Steve is that we go forward with the grant, authorizing the town administrator to sign for the town. Did we get a second on that? No.
I'll second it.
Okay, Nicole seconded. All right, motion been made and seconded now. Is there any more discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Abstain.
Aye. Aye for me too, so we have one abstain. All right, you're in business. Now, that brings me to, I almost forgot. Your time,
Don't worry about this. I'll
Okay.
start my time once I start talking to Patrick.
okay, all right. And-
Brian asked me to look at it, and I said yes, thinking it would be nice and easy, and the
Okay.
more I looked at it, I said this isn't, but don't worry about it.
I don't have a problem with it at all, Lance, but I think from a board perspective, we should make a motion that Laz, we'll get paid for when it starts,
Sure.
because he'll, actually, he should be project manager. We'll appoint him.
I think I just saw him kick you under the table, Earl.
Well, I just want to make sure there isn't no questions afterwards, I mean, he's putting the time in and, it's certainly worth the investment because we got a lot to lose.
It's just gonna cost more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have a motion for that?
I would like to see one.
I will make a motion to have Laz be the project manager.
Motion been made and seconded. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Same thing.
Hold up, Patrick.
Would you mind calling me?
No, not at all. He's actually going to be here next week, but I'll call him tomorrow.
Would you mind calling to see if he's interested in doing it and
Right, yeah.
describe what we're doing? If he says yes, tell him to call me, we'll set up
Yep.
a time and we'll just go to the station,
Right.
walk around.
We can do that.
Okay, that would
Do
be
that
great.
first thing tomorrow.
Can everybody skip that? Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, Laz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we're done that. Now, was there anything else on the front page? Nope. Over here, Newtown business, abatement of taxes at the request of the tax collector. I suppose everybody looked at that.
This is a annual
Yeah.
request. What these are travel trailers
Yeah.
that basically that we can assess property tax on. They're in a campground, but somewheres in the maybe not even in the dark of the night, but they get hooked on and away they go. We don't know where they are, so
Yeah.
there's no chance of collecting them, so, and we typically have to abate these.
Okay, so you need a motion from the board to abate the taxes.
The BCA's recommended abatement, we just need an official from you guys to authorize it.
I will make a motion to abate the taxes that were recommended by the BCA for 2025 in the amount of $1,132.77.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded to abate it. Any more discussion?
Does Nick have to abstain as a
I
BCA member?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, all those in favor?
All right,
Aye.
Abstain.
What, you got?
You should have stayed home.
you got a heavy duty here.
All right, now we'll move on to the quarterly budget reviews, and I see we have recreation people here, so I assume you want to present your quarterly report?
Probably.
Well, you're here, we'll let you go first, yeah. That's all right?
Yeah.
Well, Ron's here with me, my vice chair, so let's not forget Ron, but he'll be back there for moral support, of course. So, the money market account has been reconciled, and that is, you should have a copy of that. So it will show that, there is $150,000 in there, but you have to understand at the top, the 3100100, where it says recreation checking, that has to be minused off that amount. That's not part of the money market account. That's the regular
You have a
checking.
separate account then.
Correct.
Okay, that's your
So
cover
we're,
then.
currently what's in the money market account is $63,960.81. Okay,
And both of those fall under the cash management program for the town?
Yes.
Good, good.
but other than that, as you can see in our budget, we're pretty much on track. I mean, this is just June. This is just our Q2, so this doesn't represent anything after June, or July and up. So a lot of our like summer camps aren't gonna be in there, and any money collected after,
I
so.
had trouble remembering, you want a January to January or March to March, January, so this is.
Same as everybody else,
So this is 6 months, year-to-date, 6 months.
yeah.
Okay, that's one question.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a pretty successful spring. Everything went well. Little League went great. Yeah, all's going well. We're on track. We received our first installment from the town, I think, in May. Or no, was it
No, it's April.
April? Yep.
April and
Just to remind us, how many installments again?
We only got 2.
You did two. Okay.
Says here, oh, that says, if the salaries has a 6 months,
No, I can answer that. We do the salary, I do the salary for the rec department, and I haven't billed them by for that time, for the end of that quarter to get them in, but the September quarterly will show the true numbers.
so it does show 26,000, but that is regular salaries, or it's,
That's the regular, well,
Yeah.
anyone who works there is salaries. Probably not any summer help yet.
Right. So next on the
but it's
quarter.
way more than 26,000.
Right, Q3, you'll see a whole, like
Yeah, but-
like all our summer, our second appropriations, like this is just Q2. So it's not really a ton of stuff. I think you're gonna see a huge difference come Q3, because that's our busiest time of year. And then, we dwindle down a little, but,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause I looked at that, I thought if it's a 6-month budget, and I looked at a 6-month report.
Yeah, you have to
looked at your
pay
budget, it should
every
have been
weekly or
half.
bi-weekly, so, I
Yeah.
mean, you can't really, unless you, all of a sudden in July, you're paying all,
Oh yeah, I'm working for free. Just kidding.
You'd think it would be higher than that, but you have payroll to add to that.
Exactly.
Okay, that's,
Would it be about double what it shows up?
Yep.
Yep.
That's it. Well,
Probably a little more than double.
yeah, that would make sense.
Maybe triple.
So the cash
For the end of
position-
quarter one, or for quarter two, it's only double.
So the cash position is going to diminish.
oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So let's
You'll
not
see a big
Yeah,
difference.
let's not get comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
you're anticipating being within budget, because you
absolutely.
budgeted for that
Yeah.
new position
Yeah.
and,
Well, and that new position
So
is
you
not
got-
gonna really
yeah.
reflect that yet,
Yeah.
because they haven't started.
so you got carryover there.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had some questions, and maybe this didn't get to you, Betsy, and I'm asking these so that I can understand the reports better.
So I did get your questions.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That Brian sent me, and I can answer one, because the other ones that you asked are quarter three.
Okay, well, go ahead with the one you want to answer.
So I think it was you asked if this was June to the end of June.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
PE 630.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was your question. The other, and then the next question you asked was really, it's a quarter three question.
I think the next question I said is the budget, we have your report that shows the budget in the left-hand column.
Oh,
Is that for the full year, or is that?
Yes.
yes.
It is, okay.
Yep,
All
yep.
right. Okay,
I know if you don't, it's hard to it's a NEMRIC system, so if you don't understand NEMRIC, it's hard to even understand this budget at all. It's not your typical everyday looking budget, so
No, no.
it is a little
This is just a
confusing.
box you check.
just a question on the income side. Are you seeing the amount of income that you're expecting from all of the different offerings you've had so far this year?
Yeah, we're on track.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Did you increase prices?
Yes, we did. Registration, I think it was like $5.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
All right, let me keep going here. And I guess you answered the question, is there a seasonality impact on the income? The answer is yes. I had a question on that wonderful loan. Was it paid off during this reporting period or after?
It'll be in the next quarter.
Okay, so it has not been paid off during this reporting. Okay,
It won't show in this report now.
okay, so we should show as having a liability under the liability section of that loan balance. I didn't see it there. Not a big amount, it's not gonna tear apart your report, but
No, it's in the equipment fund. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's on the last page, 404. All the way to the bottom, equipment fund, 3796801.
Hold on, I gotta get in the right place.
It's like the fourth from the bottom.
I'm looking for your liability section here.
It's like it's a $6,000.
Okay, here we go.
No, it's on the
Page 4.
404.
404.
I'm on 202, hang on a second.
On the budget status, the one labeled budget status report,
It's way at the bottom under equipment fund. The 3796801, 6,000.
Yep.
And then we've currently paid
So
964.
that page 4 is a listing of liabilities or expenses?
Expenses.
Expenses, okay. All right. Good. And I have another question. We had under income was at $122,300 reported, representing one half of what you had approval from the taxpayers, or is that the full amount?
Only half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a half.
It's half, okay.
Yep.
And then I just had a question, I said, what is the correlation between the field hockey contracted in the income section of 18,595 versus the expense of 19,159 for almost the same amount?
So we have a partnership with a field hockey program. They do an MVP program. So basically, we run their registration through us, and we get a little bit of that money, and the rest is paid back out.
Okay.
And field hockey hasn't started, it just started, so that'll be quarter three.
And I think we answered that before, the cash reported under the assets of 150,350 is high. because you got the
Right.
payroll to adjust it.
Right.
Okay. Now, you had some minus numbers on the balance sheet. Were those, it had a negative before, so that would have served as a, are those prepaid expenses?
The negatives
Yeah.
on the actual, the status report.
Hang on a second. I think it was under the liability account. I gotta figure out what it
General
is.
ledger,
General ledger.
page 2 of 2.
You see those numbers, Brian?
Page 2 of 2 is where that's.
I can get the right one here.
Oh, my wrong one.
Okay, there you go. There we go. We have a minus, you got it, Betsy? Okay. We have a minus $1,577, then we have a minus $10,412.
So that was that was a transfer that was made for expenses that were in our general budget that had to get moved to our special
Okay,
funds.
so our liabilities are a minus, is that gonna be corrected in the third report? Okay, all right. That's good, a lot of work, I think.
Yeah, thanks to our bookkeeper. And all. So everything seems to be going well with the training process with the bookkeeper, so hopefully we'll get that rolling and everything will work its way out, but I think we're gonna be looking a lot better than we were in the past. And I think we're looking good for July, or for our Q3, so it won't be such a long wait. It should be on track with everybody else. But I appreciate your patience moving forward.
Oh, do we have any grants that we've applied for, been approved for, and haven't seen the funds yet?
You'll see all of that reported in Q3 as well. We had an MOU with some funding from MVSD for teen leadership programs that helped supported some of our summer programs, and you'll see that reflected in Q3, as well as the prevention grant from the United Way. Our last report was, would have been their Q4, but our Q3.
So awarded, not received.
No, we were awarded them in 2024. We will have received all of the funds by Q3 of
Okay,
our report.
yeah, how much do you think that comes to?
19,000 is what they'll,
That's a good amount of money.
correct,
Thank you.
Are those funds limited to what you can use them for? or-
correct.
Okay.
They're all things outlined within the grant application, and they were very specific to prevention methods supported by the grant.
Okay, so like preventing
Substance misuse, correct.
okay, cool.
I really want to commend you on the reconciliation of those money market accounts.
I can tell you that Ashley, Jean, and Julie worked very hard, mostly
No.
Ashley, really, and Nicole. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
There was a lot of,
Just double checking and making sure
Double-checking.
everything was where it's supposed to be in the NEMRICS.
a lot of double checking, making sure everything was in the right spots and needed to be,
Got to do it.
Yeah.
Taxpayer money.
yep.
Good job.
So they did a great job. I'm just lucky enough to report it. Any other questions? No?
Well, thank you. It's a very important thing to have and be able to answer them questions like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night. See you in probably less than in a month or so. Thanks for coming.
Okay, then we got the other quarterly budgets. Highway Department, Joel not being here, I did have a couple questions on that.
Oh,
What was that?
sorry. I dropped my water.
Oh, whoa.
Your hard work, Nori?
Well, we had a lot of strange noises tonight.
You okay, Bob?
I'm sure Kathy could answer things in
Well, she answered the main one I had. That's about it. And I think you're seeing some other things in there. But if I remember right, on the watershed thing or whatever, Brooklyn Street, I guess we're not gonna go pursue that this year and probably
Yes, we
transfer
are.
it. Oh, we are now.
Last I heard, we are. That was as of last week, last Thursday. We are gonna go ahead and do it. They, Kevin feels it's about as dry as it ever is gonna be.
Oh, very true.
Well, you can't
And
argue with that.
so, we hope
Till
to
Saturday.
get the easements signed in the next week or so and, start. So, yeah, we, hopefully we'll get it done, yeah.
Okay, and then it was, because I see that they were gonna transfer or use that money for trees, but we haven't even spent the money we have for trees yet.
So that's, of course, subject to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the last I.
Well, I'm just looking through it, but these are helpful. What do you think, Steve?
Oh, I think the good, what I look at is how close we are
Yeah.
to budget, and that was my first question was gonna be, is this a 6:30 PE? And it is.
Yeah.
So I looked down and said we're about 45% of budget. That's good. We should be 45, 55, that's good. And I find that very helpful. If this is the budget for the full year, but that percentage
Yeah,
over there helps
right.
us. The other question I had for the Western Star, that's not included in that 45% because that came out of our reserve account.
Yes.
It's not included in that 45.
It is concluded in there, because there'll be an offset for that, because we had that money in reserve fund. But I have to show the expense for it.
Okay, so that, I guess my only thought is that's a very significant amount of money. Does that have a big impact on the 45.5?
Yeah, it will, because it's actually less than that. Because that $260,000 is included in there for the expense, but it's actually, we had the funds, so there's gonna be an offsetting line item for that. for the
If you took that out of there,
260.
Kath, what would that be, the 45%? Just curious.
But did we budget anything for that truck in our regular budget?
Well, we have our equipment,
We have that 50,000.
it transfers
yeah.
over into, which
Right.
has been transferred over into the equipment reserve account, and then
Yeah.
that money gets transferred back to pay for the truck, gets taken out and pays for the truck. So
Right.
pretty much all the money that was, that $260,000 was in our reserve account to pay for
Yeah,
it,
it
100%.
wasn't new funds, it
No, I
was
realize,
existing
yeah,
funds.
yeah.
I think it was 75,000 from the sidewalk project that was in there too.
This, what,
I can
just
give
for
you-
my clarity, what is the 2025 Western Star? Is it the truck?
It's the new truck. we
It's the
just-
new truck.
Well, we ordered it 2 years ago, and we just got it this year.
Okay,
A big freaking truck.
it must be, yeah.
Do we have any reimbursements? Same question I asked Betsy, where we have expended the money and that's our responsibility, but we're gonna get paid back for it, like on the rail trail and things. Do we have any reimbursements out there that we haven't received yet?
And I guess reimbursements from where?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if.
We really don't get any reimbursements, but basically tax money.
Okay, but let me get those.
Well,
If you're looking at something in particular, what are you looking at?
well, just he's bringing this up, and I was thinking
Are you
about
talking
that.
the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail?
Yeah,
No, that's coming out of the
that could be an
special
example.
fund.
I mean, just an example.
That's coming out of this. I don't think so. We'll spend up to our approved amount. We approved like 90,000.
Yeah, well, my question was, have we paid some money for that installation up
Yeah.
there that we're gonna be reimbursed for?
That's in my report that's in the special funds report, which I'd have to give you a spreadsheet on that
Okay,
to show the funds that came back.
okay, so
Because it's going, yeah.
we
yeah.
have bought a boatload of stuff and we're gonna get paid back for it.
Yeah, we've gotten back right now probably $90,000 roughly.
Okay. So
That we've
if
spent and
there were
reimbursed.
some expenses that might have shown up in here that we spent for this project up here and we've expensed it, is there any money coming back to cover that?
Yes,
Okay, how much?
we've got $92,000 back so far.
Would that reduce,
No, it has nothing to do with the highway budget. It's a completely separate, I
Okay.
never thought about putting that out. It's like it's the old ARPA funds
Yeah.
thing. It's the special funds report that I need to
Special
print out on
funds
that.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, but this is just Just the highway expenditures only.
It's too early for this report, but the road resurfacing, since it's already started, we're gonna be paying that, and I'm not sure the exact dollar amount, but then we'll be getting money back for the grant that we've received. from the
For
state.
the two projects approved,
Right.
yeah.
That's a perfect example then.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because we're paying for it, it's gonna increase our expenses, but then we're gonna moderate it
Yeah.
later.
Right, exactly.
Are they doing McQuam Shore or just part of it?
I
down there
believe
this morning.
part of it.
Yeah.
That was that the extra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palm,
Yeah.
Palm
the
and,
actual- Remember the other one there?
Down toward the
County.
James Road this morning. I
County, I
think.
thought.
County?
County road, I thought.
Just with the
Okay.
town line to just past James, is it James?
No, Comstock.
No.
Yeah.
But before, what's the other one?
Comstock isn't on the farm shore.
No, County Road.
County Road would be Comstock
Yeah,
Road.
the two extra. No, Comstock,
just
I thought
past
was in
that.
on the right.
James?
James
Yeah,
Road.
I think it's from James Road to
Because it's not
the
county.
town line.
Yeah.
That's where it's marked on the road.
Yeah.
No, that's an example of what.
That's an example, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get the money back.
We should see a reduction on our expenses.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you. Agenda,
What's that?
so we're gonna do the agenda?
Yeah, go ahead, we'll do the general too, yep.
At PE 6:30, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep, they're all June
all
30th.
right. Any accounts receivable coming in on the general fund that we
We got tax revenue that started coming in.
saw
We've
that?
got some reporting revenue. Tax money's starting to come. I'm surprised at how many people showed up today to pay.
If you pay them early, you won't raise them. I'd look, in fact, I underlined the museum expense, and we got a little money left over there. Probably gonna
Yeah, we'll
need it.
just have a few more expenses on there. The phone and electric and water, sewer through the end of the year, and then the heat is basically what we cover with that expense line item. And then if there's something, I think we did some, didn't we do some painting, Brian, in the spring? Was it this spring we did the stain? He had the volunteers
No, it was last.
last year. Oh,
Last
time
summer.
flies when you're having fun.
Good job.
There's only expenses are way down, or is there some number or something missing there? That's what it, yeah, okay, so where does it show up for the, nothing, that's right, we never heard anybody,
We had Sandy, but only
yeah.
14 hours a week.
But her, she must be in a different spot then, she's not a zoning, she wasn't a zoning expense?
Sandy,
Yeah,
it all falls under the salaries. The zoning expense was just the other stuff, that like the DRB, planning commission, the town expense plan, land and use development.
that's just salaries for those members, or no?
Yeah, for the board members, for like the DRB and planning commission. And actually, they got a pay increase, so that guys approved. So we might be a little off on that one, but
But they're down members, so.
they're, yeah, they're members, yeah. And I think we have 2 candidates for the planning commission.
So we finally got some candidates. Anybody else got any other questions on the general? Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to the appropriations, like when it comes to some of these expenses that haven't gone out yet, I imagine they will eventually go out at some point? Okay.
Oh, they go out when we start getting tax money.
You start getting that.
That's when we have the money to send out, is when we start getting our money in, then it goes out.
Well, so we're well within our budget by the looks of it, on
Yeah.
both the highway and the general,
And again, I just want to see.
and
what
the
that-
rec.
I want to see what that truck payment, if you took it out of
Yeah.
the.
Oh, I forgot to do
what
that,
percentage would
sorry.
be.
I
Yeah.
got tied up with the numbers. Go back to that. Get out my report and get back to that.
You don't have to do that now, Kathy, you can just shoot us an email.
Okay, I'll send you an email, I'll write down.
Yeah, you got enough to do.
Yeah.
Updated.
Thank you, Kathy. You did an outstanding job, you and your staff. You got one person?
No, there's a lot of good information in here.
Yes, there
It
is.
really is.
And it's a fair amount of work,
Now,
but it's necessary.
we're gonna do the library too?
Oh, we got library. Oh, I didn't realize you had a library.
It was an add-on.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is what it is, I guess. I just had a question. On the income side, we haven't seen anything on the library, we got the expenses. How are they doing on the income side of, they have a lot of projects going on, quite impressive.
We'd have to request that information from them, because we don't see that.
This is just the town's
This is
portion
just
of
our-
it.
Yeah, I realize. I just wondering how they're doing. A lot of stuff in the computers and the paper.
She's staying busy over there, that's for sure.
Could you ask them for that?
Yes, I don't see why you couldn't ask.
Because if there's a shortfall, you know who writes the check.
Well, it comes out of their budget. They'd have to request additional budget money from us.
That's what I said, you know who writes the check.
Well, we don't have to give them the extra money.
He just wants the current revenue. Just the current revenues, are you looking for?
Yeah, just see how they're doing to their
Okay.
plans.
Kind of year to date, but they didn't put any in the budget for this year. kind of.
Yeah, because that shows up afterwards, you know, it's similar to the truck deal, you know.
Yep.
There's one question on what's Summit? Is anybody familiar with?
The alarm system?
That's the alarm system, okay.
You need a motion to accept all these reports, Mr. Chair?
I don't-
Yes.
I think last time we looked them over.
that
Yeah,
was
we
it.
didn't approve
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Well, if nobody has any more discussion on them, we'll move on then. Next one is Community and Economic Development, and this is approval of contract for drone services.
But Brian added
Yeah, I just
C.
had,
Oh, C, that's right, I forgot about that, yeah,
about the
sorry.
budget, I've done some, just briefly here, I did do some preliminary look at the consumer price index, looking like it's tracking about 3% on the consumer price index. Anyone's guess where the insurance premiums are going to be heading?
Has to be lower.
Well, you've got two factions in state government at play. The Green Mountain Care Board is saying they aren't going to allow them to go as high as they want, but then you've got the Department of Financial Regulation that still is responsible to make sure that insurance companies don't fail. And they're saying you can't do that, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
So you're using the CPI for an estimate of salary increases?
Well, just what it's doing presently.
Yeah, you using the
Yeah.
urban or the national?
I'm using the national,
Okay.
and that was there's not a lot of info. It's July to July, and comparing it from July 24 to July 25, and it looks like 3%. Slightly less than what they had thought it would be, so we just keep an eye on it.
So that's why you use an average, and
Yeah.
I recommend, so you can pick
Yeah.
up all those pieces.
Yeah, so that's where it is, so when we get into rolling, we'll keep looking at it and see what it's doing.
You know what the village is talking about at all?
No, I have not talked with, Bill has been out, he's probably back today, so check in with him. I don't think they've started the process yet.
His mailbox says the 8th.
The 8th, okay, yeah. So that's where that stands for now.
Our seniors are gonna get 2.7.
Yeah,
They expect it. Who knows?
All right, well, it'll be further discussed. We have a agenda for budget discussions coming up, don't we? One of our next meetings?
one of our next meetings, but we also have got to get together, on the next meeting, we can have the discussion as it relates to local option taxes. And then the budget probably start first part of
Okay, you bringing that up, as long as we're doing this, this personal tax, income, property tax, personal property tax,
Yeah,
I think we better be discussing that too.
Can you give us an example of that, Earl?
Well,
on commercial.
it's on commercial, it doesn't generate a lot of revenue. It's not something that, you know, I mean,
Is that like on
basically.
machinery and?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so my brother gets a bill for $34. So all the work the listers have to do, they gotta mail this, she gotta mail a bill out, and probably don't even cover that $34.
Do we have an inventory tax?
No, that was done away with a
So
long
that's just,
time
yeah,
ago.
that's just M&E, that we're talking, machinery and equipment.
Machinery
Yeah.
and equipment.
Yeah.
$200,000.
They call it a personal property tax.
But it's commercial,
But not every town has it.
yeah. How much does it bring in, do you know?
Well, that's what we need to get those numbers.
We've looked at it before. You'd be surprised the amount of money that it brings in. It's a lot of money.
Well, it brings in big money from like Vermont Energy Co-op, Green Mountain Power, Consolidated,
Not gas.
Vermont Gas. You know, on the other hand, some of our smaller businesses are also faced with that same, you know, tax thing, you know,
Yeah,
the balance.
The bigger businesses like your Vermont.
Yeah, that's understandable, but is there an option to have a cutoff?
There is a cutoff. When it gets to a certain value, they no longer pay personal property tax.
So when an
It
item is
doesn't make any
depreciated
difference.
to a
Right.
certain.
That's why it's important that they do those forms. Every year they send out those forms for them to do it. And eventually those, if they're not buying new equipment, that will depreciate and it's gonna fall below the amount that they tax.
Now, who goes out and checks everything?
They go by the word of the person who owns the
Okay.
business. There's a form they send out every year to every property owner and they can put in, some bring them back out and they put
Well,
0 on it.
I'd still like to see the numbers on it.
5,000.
I'd still like to see the numbers
So
on
you'd
it.
be surprised
Yeah.
if it was wrong.
Somebody told me that the Vermont Gas is our largest taxpayer.
They are.
All the lines and, yeah, we are.
Yeah, but that's not personal property, is it? Those gas lines, or is it?
It's a combination, but
Yeah.
Well, then that needs to be separated out, what is real.
I think it's a combination. That would
Yeah.
be because you've
Well, it
got-
needs to be looked into.
yeah, they got real estate
Yeah,
and they have the valves and
Yeah.
And the
switchgear.
cable TV and all that stuff that runs around. Yeah, we want to, I think we can look at it, but we want to be careful.
Yeah, well, we'll see what's there, but
It's a big
it's,
player.
you know,
Did you start it? How
sort of
long did you start it?
When it started.
tax, I'm sure most people are breaking the law.
Why did you do that? It's never done that before.
What's it doing?
It ended-
Recording in progress.
What
Did
happened?
it just end?
Just, we weren't out long, were we?
No, we
Okay.
weren't. I haven't done that before.
Well, all right, that'll be discussed. I don't know if we have a schedule. We'll talk to Joel. I think we should at least start the first meeting in October.
2 hours for a meeting.
I don't know, our next meeting probably is gonna have enough other stuff on it.
Yeah.
I like to read.
All right, now, community and economic development now is approved contract for drone services. And I'll let Nicole take that. It's part of the Swanton motion thing, with the update. We're trying to get some pictures for our computer consultant to start building the page and probably redoing the open, definitely the homepage for sure.
So as a part of Promote Swanton, Earl, myself, and Susie have taken the information out of our branding guide and are working with our website developers on trying to create a more welcoming website as well as more visually appealing. And Susie, contacted Drone Vermont, which is a Swanton local business, to come in and meet with us to talk about what kind of services they could provide us. Very, very nice gentleman, seems very great photos, seems very confident in his ability, and to complete the request of things that we had asked to him if he was able to do, you'll see the price reflected right there in the invoice or in the quote for service. So today we're coming to you guys to just get approval to sign the contract for the services. The money would come out of the Promote Swanton budget that was already allocated to us, which I believe we have that amount of money in there. And either have Susie be the authorized signer, or we can change it to Brian.
Probably be Brian. Who is this fellow, local, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Nixon, Lawrence Nixon, lives on the village.
Yeah, someplace. I want to say Liberty Street, but I may be wrong on that. He's in the village. He's done drone. I first met him when we were putting the flags out probably a year and a half ago. And he was wanting to know if it was all right to take pictures. Sure. And then he's doing drones. He does a drone. He does excellent work.
Good.
Excellent. Very nice. And
Yeah.
nice personality. And,
Yeah. I met him and
Yeah, he
I
was
was
here
part
at
of the
the meeting.
discussion, yeah. We're lucky, we got somebody around here
Sure.
to do, because he really cares about the community, so he's doing it for more than just the money.
Do you need a motion, Mr. Chair, to
Yes, we need a motion so we can get this going, trying to get some of this done. We'll have to work with EcoPixel, so we can keep moving forward.
I'd make a motion because you guys are on the committee, so I'll make it that we authorize the expense of up to $750.
No, it's,
No, it's worker takes.
Excuse me. Thank you.
come on, Steve.
And I'll second the motion.
And that Brian be authorized to execute the contract.
Okay,
I
motion's
second.
been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, correspondence.
Okay. In your packet, well, first of all, about 6 weeks ago, I received a phone call from a lady who had purchased property. I can't think of the exact location, but out on one of the developments off the Peanell Road, in that area where the railroad tracks are. She was wondering, she inquired about, because of the train whistle blowing, if you could get a quiet zone. And I looked it up, and there is a way with which you can request, she said she called the CN, and they said, well, the town has to start the process.
Is that the train that brings wood chips to
Well, that would be
Burlington?
one of them, yeah.
Okay.
And then I
So
read
both
up.
train lines go through there?
Yeah. And so
All trains.
I looked it up. There's Burlington, South Burlington have got the quiet zones. There was a lot of problems with it. The railroad administration's in the driver's seat with them, which is a federal thing. So then we got to receive I gave you a copy of an email from a former select board member, Brendan Long, who lives in the same neighborhood, asking the same question. And so I said, well, I'm not getting any answers, and try to deal with calling New England Central. I've been there, done that, and you don't get any results. So I sent an email to a gentleman by the name of Dan Delabriere, who for the Vermont Rail System, the Agency of Transportation runs Vermont Rail Systems. He's the head honcho of Vermont Rail Systems. And it's their line that has the system with the quiet zones.
Oh,
And so he wrote me back with and I included a copy. I mean, it is possible, but the town would have to pay for it. Each crossing has to have significant upgrades and significant safety equipment that would run probably about $1.5 million per crossing. In addition, there's additional monitoring that has to be done, and that has to be inspected yearly. The federal law says it's on railroads, so the railroad has to do the inspection and be certified to be working on that equipment, which we have to hire the railroad to look at that. That's also very costly. It's a cumbersome process. You're in the driver's seat is the federal government. It sounds good, but there's really across the country, there's just not a lot of the quiet zones due to the high expense.
yeah, and the final sentence is something to think about,
Yeah.
Eliminate a train horn can possibly add additional risk,
Yeah.
which would come back to the town
back
if
on
we,
the town.
if we pursued this too.
There is an identity, you have to identify, indemnity, I can't say the word, but you have to hold harmless the railroad, the state, the town's on the hook if there's a
Yeah.
problem. So that's,
So what action does the board need to do? Nothing.
really, right? along and explain what the situation is and forward a copy of this.
Yeah, I would forward her a copy of this letter, to say, hey, look, it's not really practical.
One thing I'm curious about is how places like Burlington, North Hero, and came up with a couple millions to actually get the quiet zone installed.
Well, that's a good question, and I can tell you that
There must have been federal funds or
it was
something.
all part of the Champlain flyer, that fiasco that they put in the commuter rail, and that's where the money came in. So then, when they went out of business, V-Trans didn't want to keep spending the $150,000 a year or more per crossing for upkeep. So I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but it's very expensive. The state contributes a huge amount to the railroad. Did you know that of the Amtrak riders, $54 of every ticket sold for somebody that's driving through Amtrak through the state of Vermont is paid by the state of Vermont? Every ticket, at least $54 is paid by the state of Vermont. That was back when I was down there. But that's a good question. I don't know where they came up with the money, but other than it came through that program somehow. And I think they've been trying to give it up because it's not a.
Would the town own the equipment and whatever? I'm just thinking about liability.
Yeah, I would assume we would probably own the equipment, but the railroad would still have to service it.
I'm just thinking of litigation, they go after everybody
Yeah,
and we'd be litigated, okay.
Yeah. So I was just gonna write Brendan back and just say, thank you for the suggestion, but, this is our highway budget would be huge to try to.
Well, send them this letter too,
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So you understand, because this is written by a guy from this agency transportation,
right.
and
And he's, Dan's he's a straight shooter, he's,
Yeah.
he's a good
I
guy.
mean, I hear that, you hear that horn, don't you?
I've gotten used to it, I don't hear it,
I don't hear it anymore, but,
No.
Well, I think we all hear the horns. It's,
and it blows.
well, the other night, Sunday night, somebody was driving up Spring Street, a trucker with a train horn for his air horn.
I can definitely hear it on the Highgate Road.
Yeah, it just carries,
It just carries over and over.
But it's,
all right,
bringing it out there
if
for,
anything else happens, we'll keep us informed, but I just don't see any practical solution.
that's right.
Maybe a good set of earplugs.
And
Okay, so,
let's see,
is there
we had the correspondence.
anything else?
No.
Right, okay. Is there any more public comment? If not, then we'll do the upcoming events.
Tuesday, September 9th, 2025 will be a planning commission meeting here at the town offices at 5 p.m. Tuesday, September 16th, 2025 will be a select board meeting, town offices at 6 p.m. Thursday, September 25th will be a DRB meeting at the town offices at 6 p.m.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. I understand there's a real estate reason?
Yeah.
Real estate reason for executive session. Does anyone want to make the motion?
I'll make the motion. I move that we enter executive session for the select board to receive confidential contract, personnel, legal, or real estate information for which the premature disclosure of it to the general public would clearly place the select board and others at a substantial disadvantage.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. I gotta do it by roll call, right?
No, this,
Okay, all right. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried.
Can we